Hello everyone. It is March 7th, 2026. I hope you're doing well. And that the day is treating you kindly. There's some things going on. Apparently, lots of shifting. Now, I don't know exactly what's happening, but for some of us, this is our last lifetime story, according to this stupid, idiotic AI broadcasting of our suffering. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, because I guess we're entering into the eternal now, So perhaps those who have been broadcasting our suffering and that defilement that they were covering us in throughout the universe is just going to be over. Maybe they will no longer have access to that technology or the ability to capture us and do those kinds of defiling things to us as children and otherwise mothers. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we got a huge family out there, right? The tribe of the lion and the tribe of the jaguar are here united, and they are supporting each other with their reed and the crown, and there's a lot of stuff happening. There's many versions of ourselves out there, at least three. We've got the flesh, we've got the spirit, and then we've got our higher self. I believe they're all coming into an alignment, but I don't know if they actually will, or if they're actually just going to go into their various timelines. Our protection and our family has many members. And so while we may be focused on one, there are many surrounding us and helping us at this time. And at the end of this, we may continue being in the same space with each other, or we may just move on into our own respective climates and circumstances. Take it as it resonates. Myself, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and that's absolutely true. I mean, some people say that, psychics know stuff, and I only know what spirit allows me to know. I can't pull in through any philosopher's stone or whatever that these others have been talking about. I don't have any special tools. I don't have any special skills. I'm just delivering messages that I pick up on and that I'm granted permission to share. So it's sad to me when I think about, the luxury of this protection and how safe it makes me feel. To think that after the battle and after the need for protection dissipates, that some of those who have been walking with me may not be here still. We may separate and go into different realms, other systems. So if that's the case, I just want to let you all know how much you mean to me. I mean, I have developed a real love for you all. The comfort that you have provided me. So thank you. We're going to go ahead and tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with us. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of gathering and harvesting, and there's a lot of folks out there, these rosy boyfriends, these demon lovers. They're executing, according to Pete Hegseth, what they need on their timeline. So when the timeline finally splits, they're gathering that which they need. And, prisoners of war and such. Apparently I was one last time in a past life. And the person who did it, apparently there's either something that's going to happen to me or there's something that's going to happen to them. We shall just have to wait and see how that is. We know who each other are. Planetary system, please, Spirit. Planetary system. We've got some dirty nasties out there gathering the life force and soul power that they need to fuel their new timeline. God has stated that this is the end of their relationship with batteries. I don't know that they will be permitted to collect the actual vital force and gifts of a soul at all, because I think the upper dimensional Star Nation soul tribes are pretty pissed off and tired, just completely fed up with these rosy boys utilizing the roses, the girls, the daughters of Eden, to fuel their own value. These are fallen angels, these men in power. They are walking corpses, and they operate on sacrifice, typically of the divine feminine, but they also go after the sons as well. There is a rebirth here. Yeah, the sun, there's a rebirth of the financials. So they've kept all of the true people that were supposed to be here in purpose. They've kept you all in poverty. The King of Wands is here, taking it back from these powers of three. He could be working with the powers of three to release what has been going on and transitioning out. We've got the Emperor here doing some research, looking at the soul value of anybody coming into this territory in this new beginning here. Justice is here on behalf of the Empress. She's got lots of opportunity, lots of abundance coming in, and there's a celebration here, because although you are weary, you're still holding yourself firm. And that means that there's a tower for those ones who are trying to siphon the value of your soul and claim those upper dimensional spaces and places, those connections and identities once more. They're having a tower and they're in a nightmare, because the passion and the love of divine feminines, these high priestesses, are kicking their ass. And you know what the most important thing is that the Emperor is here, and the divine love of the true divine masculine is here. So the truth of the divine feminine regarding abusive relationships is binding them. Her truth is binding the abuser. Magician devil is going to get sacrificed or let go. Take it as it resonates. So that was a good beginning. I really liked that, because Mr. Poopy Pants really has a stubborn little wacky mindset. And so do those who are driving him. It's freaking insane, I tell you. You know, they operate on force. They dominate true power. And they do that because they attack them when they're a child. If they were to allow them to grow into adulthood, be healthy, happy, and whole, they would never succeed. So, in the central energy, we've got the foundation. It could be that you have control of the foundation. You're gaining control of the foundation. And it could be that, so it's already happened in the 4D, 5D, whatever D you wind up being in. These upper dimensional spiritual battles that everybody talks about, but nobody really understands because it's all happening unseen, is now starting to manifest here in the 3D. You've got some nasty jacks out there that are trying to execute or harvest that which they need for their new timeline. They need batteries, they need energy sources, and they're trying to gather them from their enemies, prisoners of war, right? In the challenge position, This came out and it hopped into the reverse. We've got Ten of Swords in the reverse. Somebody might be trying to resist an inevitable end. They could be challenged by your recovery. I mean, they had you here and now it's here. You've flipped around. In the subconscious, we've got this pleasurable new beginning. Absolutely. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to be able to trust in it. You know, you're going to be able to feel safe. You're going to be able to feel safe. There's a cliff right there, but you and your dog are having a good time, and it's like, woo! You know? Absolute. The sun is shining. In the recent past, the devil. Ten of Wands burden. So now the devil is heavily burdened now over whatever it is you've been doing, and they're very furious. We've got, so I had some messaging here. I don't know quite what to make of this. I'm not going to assume, but I will share it with you because it's important. There's something about a past life. Where is that? Yeah. So, there's some folks out there getting messed up because they've been defiling everything, hoping that they could contaminate everybody's soul so sufficiently that they would be able to claim all of the gifts and the power of those souls and then continue on. But they're getting messed up because what they have done is so vile, and there are some folks out there who were able to manage themselves well and purify and get their light amped up and their soul back online, reconnected with source, because a lot of us had our crowns wrapped, hexed, cursed, and we were separated while our messaging system was getting infiltrated. So now they're getting messed up because what they have done here is very vile and heinous. There's something about a countdown, something about a past life, and they mentioned the President of the United States, and they said something about you don't have any clue what's going to happen to you. So what's happening is it seems to me that we got some fellas out there that are that have this power and authority, and they are collecting what they need on their timeline. There's going to be a big split. This battle has already been won in the spirit. They've lost, but they're gathering what they can through the physical chaos and stuff. Apparently, the Divine Mother has already transferred the animals. So, whatever timeline there is for this magistrate, dignitary, planetary stabilizer, universal gatekeeper, wherever this system is out there, she's already transferred the animals. So the birds and the bees and all that good stuff, right? So she's claiming that. I did see the pit bull had big wings, so they've claimed the pit bull because these jackwagons were like using them as bait dogs and then fighting them against each other. And the fact of the matter is that these souls and those dogs is so freaking gentle. They actually cry tears, man. Not every canine cries tears, but the pit bull has real tears, and they feel so greatly. And they've been put in this big body that's so strong, and they're just these little gentle souls. And these assholes have been forcing them to fight. So I don't know what being is in the pit bull, but they were trying to get them outcast forever. And I think it's just a powerful Star Nation soul tribe that had been kind of driven into this. And they wanted them to be destroyed. It was all manipulation. some of these entities are going to be put in the little brown pigs, these assholes, these devils. I had a vision of not a big pink pig like that they farm here, and not a wild boar, but a different pig, a smaller pig, and it's brown. They're gonna be in the pigs now. They're going in the pigs. We've got the King of Wands here. So we've got the King of Wands. He's overcoming challenges. This devil is heavily burdened. They're in a 10 of Wands. King of Wands is there, and he's like, hey, dude. He's there with all of his people. And we got this. So, marriage connections. Now, excuse me. Oh, the Star Nation Soul Tribes, you know, there's a multiverse of people out there, and whoever it is that you may be communicating could be with all of those. You know, your Star Nation Soul Tribe could be with the Most High God, could be with the Divine Mother, who obviously is royal. The way she speaks is so beautiful, and her voice rings true. It's like when she speaks, it's like it's true. You know it's true. It's absolutely true. There's no reason to hem or haw about it. And when she said that they would not be attaining you and that to be prepared that they're not going to survive, she means it, and you can trust it. The same with the father saying that they're going to get what they deserve, and this is the end of their relationship with batteries, which are human souls. So those phrases right there are absolutely true. Without a doubt. And he with all authority, now this could be the very God, was like moving through me, and he said that they were going to get what they deserve. And guess what? It's not you. It's not you. They're fed up, and this is the end of them feeding on you. The lens is being looked through. The Two of Swords here. You got your guard up. You're avoiding those people. Dead freaking lock. Dead on lock. Dead lock. In the environment, we got justice. Yeah, the law of cause and effect is here. And you know, so you may have protectors or like guides and that. And if you ask, you know, that you're going to get to stay with them or go where they go, and if they say no, it could just very well be that you're going to head off into your specific Star Nation Soul Tribes after this war. And I don't know. You know, because there's a lot of protection happening out there, and you know, not everybody's going to wind up in the same space, most likely. There's limitless numbers of universes out there, and everybody right now is proving their capacity to manage themselves responsibly under these heavy burdens and challenges. Can you manifest? Can you manage yourself well? Can you still be successful and loving and kind towards those who aren't out there trying to stick a knife in you? Of course you can. You're not going to become malicious and vengeful. That's for God, right? God doesn't want the mothers to become malicious and vengeful. And guess what? Most of us did not do that. We remained loving. And that's why we've been elevated. We've got, in the hopes and fears, so in the environment, we've got justice, the law of cause and effect, and the hopes and fears, we've got judgment reverse. There is punishment happening right now. Now, as an empath also, please know, you got sneaky folks out there that like to kind of drive specific thought forms through. Now, here's the thing. Many of you are typically like high vibe, happy, you know, you're loving towards everything. You've got a very gentle heart, a very gentle soul. You're moving through the life, and your solar plexus is full of warmth. And it's just vibrant with this beautiful light, right? And like you didn't become malicious or vengeful, no matter how brutal these ones were with your entire system. Over and over, lifetime after lifetime. It's so very beautiful, but God's here now. And even if, so when you say things like, am I going to get to stay with you? You're going here and I'm going there. So when you speak separation, then the answer will probably be yes, this is what's going to happen. If you speak like an extraction of yourself from your protection and you place yourself over here, then it could very well be that somebody who's going to try to knock that thinking out of you will say, yeah, that's going to happen. And then you're going to process, well, why? You know, and then you're going to be like, you're just trying to, it's like a desensitizing thing, because we've been kind of programmed with betrayal, with rejection, with, you know, this expectation that something is going to fail or become brutal or scary or really unsavory. And we've been kind of programmed into thinking that dark path. So what I've noticed is that when I think along those lines, the answer is always yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is going to be exactly what you say it is. And so it behooves one's own personal situation, if you wish to focus on joy and happiness and be at ease and grace and all that good stuff, to speak positive things over your life. You will be with your protector forever. Those who love you now and those who you love will always be this way. You know, that wherever your love goes, wherever your spiritual spouse is, you will be. And this is the end of third-party enemies. It's a little difficult because our physical self has been separated from our dream self, has been separated from our higher self. So it was easier for them to attack our consciousness and to use our spirit to serve their baneful needs. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. It's been 21 minutes. I hope you've been able to follow me so far. Sorry about that, everybody. But we got the Page of Wands here. So somebody's excited and free. We got a whole bunch of good stuff going on. And we've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're jealous. So the Page of Wands is excited and free. And the Knight of Cups is jealous. Disappointed. Because the pages got away. I did say a prayer about that the other day. Because I heard the youngers being kind of spoken to forcefully, like somebody was trying to drive their mental programming into the minds of the youngers, and they were objecting. They didn't want anything to do with it, but these others were telling them, you know, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, and they were rejecting. So I said a prayer hoping that those who were undergoing this kind of mental challenge, that they would just be extracted from this circumstance and given a place where they can just go be, you know, away from their oppressor or those who were trying to demand that they do this or that. We've got the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is stable and secure, and that means divorce for these others, and they're afraid, these devils, because God is here. God is here dealing with the illusions that have been going on, the illusionists. And there's a celebration here because those who have been calling themselves your rival are in a tower. Now, you know, they think that they're going to put this on you, but this is the end of this cycle and the beginning of this huge love. This is the end of this competition for your love. They can't come in and take it anymore. You're getting this new marriage. Because, and the Page of Pentacles is here. They might be learning some skills from the High Priestess. So that's good. The youngers are being released out of these nights. They don't have to continue on in this stupid circumstance here. At least that's what I'm picking up on here. They are free of the overactive imagination and jealousy of these knights who don't have any love in them. They can't love. They don't have any love. But this page has love in them. Lots of passion and love. So the Four of Pentacles is here. And we've got those who wanted to control your foundation and your new beginning they're resisting an inevitable end. They are using their technologies to try to harvest spirit and soul. Kind of like, I see it like Ghostbusters. I don't know if that's actually the way it works, but that's kind of like what I see it. Now, some younger asked an older man how he was going to do it. And he said he had technology that he was going to use to do it. So they're harvesting right now. The Four of Pentacles, you might have control of the foundation. And there's a new beginning here. savings. So there's a Four of Pentacles, and there's savings. You're anticipating needs. So it's a frugal beginning. You have what you need. You may not have a lot, but what you have is high quality, beautiful. It beautifies your surroundings and makes it nice without clutter of unnecessary crap. The rest, you got Four Pentacles supporting your foundation, and the rest is going in your savings here. A financial cushion. We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Somebody wants to, maybe somebody's challenged by your recovery. False flame. This false flame is resisting an inevitable end. So they could still want to be controlling your foundation here. They still may want this. They still may want this, your money. They're challenged because what? You've recovered. You've regenerated off of a past life unaliving and torture of a false flame. They might be challenged. You've got your block up. They're thinking about this new beginning. They want it. See, they had you trapped as a prisoner of war last cycle, and they've been burning you alive and torturing you ever since, and they really get off on it. These rosy boys, these rosy boyfriends, these false flames. What do they call them? Rosier. So they're thinking about your new beginning. Condemnation. They're being condemned. There's a new beginning here. They're being publicly scrutinized. Maybe they want to scrutinize you in the public. They might want to present challenges to your resilience and your resolve. We got the Devil here. There's a Ten of Wands burden. This codependent toxicity is burdened. Yeah. Danger is approaching them. They're trying to get this love up the mountain, but danger is approaching them. They're in a like the Devil is here. Ten of Wands burden. Like they're no longer attached to your energy. So they're here trying to get this love up the hill right there. But it keeps falling down. It keeps falling down, and danger is approaching. Foreboding. The King of Wands is here. Overcoming challenges. They may think they want to overcome challenges. Comparison. They're comparing themselves. King of Wands. Focused on his own path. He's not seeking validation from external sources. But these ones are comparing themselves to this King of Wands. We've got the Two of Cups here. There's a marriage, a proposal. Small offering. We got a small offering. Marriage proposal views you as a temporary, whatever. Well, we're going to need some more clarification of that. Two of Swords, you're avoiding it. It's like, hey, back off, buddy. I was trying to say, I don't think I ever made my point. The way that they drive these thoughts through your mind as an empath, see, we are super sensitive transmitter receivers of the upper divine. We are organic, original transmitter receivers. We are to receive the divine messaging and then manifest it here. You know, God is guiding us the whole way. But these AI augmented freaking fallen angels who have become, you know, demon lovers or whatever, these rosiers, they've kind of been hijacking us here with their stupid small offerings. So anyway, what I was going to say is that sometimes we pick up on these messaging and we repeat these things. Oh, you're going to leave me. Oh, it's going to be bad. Oh, I'm going to be left alone. Oh, something terrible is going to happen. The demon's going to eat my soul. Oh, black eye soul. Oh, no, no, no. And, you know, when we go on a rampage like that, our true twin or the upper divine may say yes, 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 yes. And because they're not talking to you, they're talking to the shithead running the shit through you. Because you on the inside are mostly positive. You have good hopes for your life. You have solid dreams for your future. You know, you have solutions and plans like implemented, whether or not consciously you have sometime in the past, you're like, ooh, this is what I'm gonna do. Ooh, this is what I'm gonna do. Ooh, you got lots and lots of plans rolling around inside of you, just waiting to burst forth. And so anything that sounds that you're going to get rejected, that you're going to get punished forever, that something really bad is going to happen, that a third party enemy is going to come and steal your kingdom spouse, and maybe they will, you know, but the fact of the matter is that we as, you know, divine beings or earth angelics or whatever you want to call it, light bearing people who prefer happiness, and, you know, stability in our world, we kind of just going to have to let that stuff go because we're moving forward on the blind faith that there is indeed not just one, but many greater beings than we who know very well what's happening here. And they're trying to get us on the right track. So you got your things up. You are avoiding. Like, so look, you got these people here. Marriage connections. All right, so you've got the Two of Cups. It's coming. You actually have it. But then you got this jackass that's coming in with a small offering, right? It's coming. They know it's coming. You're avoiding it. You're like, get out. You're going to reach out first. It's like, dude, get out of my energy. So anybody coming into your energy right now with this small offering is like, hey, you're not welcome here. Why? Because you're already connected. You're already here. It's a spiritual union. And you're going to have some nasty jack come in the 3D with nothing to offer, wanting to get it on, swing, 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 swing. They don't want to know you. They don't want to know your heart. They don't want to know deep, long, all night conversations about this or that, this or that. Excuse me. I just gleeked all over the place. So we got caught up in tensions. You know, you got your freaking, look, you're not going to do no damn third party shit. You've already been there. You've been emancipated out of that whole system, and you're already in this union and in the spirit, and you got some nasty jack coming up here, and you're like, hey, get out my space, man. Get out my space. And you're reaching out first. And you know what? The Jezzies that have been helping this guy, these devils, they're real mad. They're like, look, jerk, you got to go get that connection. I need that identity. Right? So they're real upset. Because justice is being served, the law of cause and effect. Everything that they have done, they can't stick to you. You're not taking the offer. This guy is going to make an offer, but you're not going to take the offer. And so his third party, his gal friend, she's real mad. She's real mad because the law of cause and effect is here. Everything that happened to you has to happen to them. Whatever you do, you know, try not to do what I do. Try not to get pessimistic. Although, you know, I can't really say that because we have 7 directions, right? North, south, east, west, upper, under, and center. And every one of those directions has the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. And so I can't tell you not to visit your south side. You have to in order to not get a flat, right? You have to. And then you have to process it. And if you can just keep up on it, make the rounds regular, then it won't seem like you're freaking psycho, right? It won't seem like you're crazy. If you can just keep it all to a minimum, right? Digital whisper is going down. The law of cause and effect. Digital whisper. Those copycats, those who had been mimicking you, I'm sorry for only focusing on the message we exchanged, not the emotions behind them. I should have looked deeper into what you were really saying. So, No more digital exchanges, no more copycatting, no more doing some weird shit like orgies or whatever, and then wearing your face and your energy. Yo, she's mad. She's real mad. She's like, you jerk. You promised me. And he did. This curator said that he promised her this position, and it's not happening. She's getting left behind, whoever this is. We've got punishment. Punishment is here, man, because this has gone on for centuries. And nobody did a damn thing except freaking suck up to this devil. And I don't blame them, because they suck the soul out of people, and it's really, really scary. I guess it's easier to be a whore than to stand up to the freaking devil, right? I guess so. Bang. Freaking warning. Punishment is here. Destruction is here. Warning, warning, warning. The Page of Wands is free. They're free to explore. They're free of this Knight of Cups. They're free of this nasty false flame trap shit from the devil. And the Knight of Cups isn't happy. They're very jealous because they got fully embedded in this system. They really went for it. They really went for it. And we got guidance from above. So the Page of Wands is free of this Knight of Cups disappointment, this jealous Knight of Cups, and there's guidance from above. Yes. Oh, ability to heal and bounce back, to overcome, bend without breaking. They're moving into their destiny. We got moving into the destiny. Oh yes, passionate love and an unbreakable bond. There's an unexpected event that will be successful. It could be that there's an unexpected event that's going to happen to Mr. False Flame successful. This tells me that whoever this is, past life, they, what was that? Past life, the President of the United States, something's going on. This person here, this person seeks validation through fame and feels unstable. Well, yeah. Spiritual scarcity. They feel as though they're rich. There's some unexpected stuff happening here for Mr. Rich. Breaking news. Engaged in constant battles. This is a fallen angel, guys. You know, it's a rosier. He's been really, really bad to all the little flowers of the children and others. It's really, really bad, you know. So we've got Peeping Tom. They've been maintaining a facade. They may be spying on me right here. They made an unfair assessment. They made an unfair assessment of you. King of Wands, assisting the Page of Wands, freeing them from these malicious, jealous Knights of Cups. There's no exit for them, for this devil. Danger is approaching. We're getting a new beginning. The Trump card. So your powers are being activated. Absolutely. Only to the worthy. Mr. Sudden Wealth was exploiting people for money. And you discovered what that was. And so now you discovered the issues. You rooted out the issues from their source. They were complaining that an insider was bringing about change. You survived. You came up out of the trap, their illusion, their control. And these people that were gaining wealth by exploiting others, and you revealed it. You revealed it. You revealed all what was happening here with these contracts, with these flipping copycat, with these sacrifices and soul harvesting, and all of that was happening to the children who then grow up into being adults in this weird mindset. It's like this. There's like a mental magic. They were doing magic over everybody's minds, and they were playing with hard water by programming the waters of the body, because the body is like 70% water, and they would program the water with their spells, and then of course it would agitate the spirit and soul, and then they would just kind of push the mind into whatever it was. And so you rooted all that out. They will not be able to step on these trees anymore. They're going to prison, these third-party enemies, and they're starting to malfunction. They're really starting to malfunction, right? These people who had been the pedophiles, basically. You've escaped. Maybe they're getting crushed by the burdens of reality and they want to escape. They're getting an ultimatum for trapping everybody. And it's impossible to undo it. They've been doing a great evil here. In the messaging earlier, it was this curator was told that he had been doing great evil. They mentioned the Talmud, and then he insists that she needs medicine. So he must be Hebrew, and I don't know if he's a Zionist or I don't really know a lot about that, guys, but I know that there's a whole lot of fraud happening when it comes to this religion stuff. They've been burning alive and torturing people for being sacrilegious. But the problem with that is God didn't create religion. God created sacred source connections, which we have as sovereign beings, living, loving, sovereign beings. And these guys, these devils, created a religion, and they decided that they were going to be our God. And many of us, especially the mothers, who have the portal of eternal life in their temple, who are the gateway for all of the freaking universe to gain entry here, to have an experience, did not want to give up that source connection and that authority, that role that she's internalized. And these religious devils burned her alive many, many, many times because she refused to forfeit her source-connected union with the all that is. She's a portal. Damn, guys. So you broke through. You broke through. There was a contract, some sort of a marriage contract, and you were able to break through. You were able to push beyond your comfort zone and move through all of this damn 10 of freaking wands, and you were able to flip it, right? And now this false flame is challenged. You're challenging this false flame, breaking through. The contract, the curse is over. You broke through, and there's an unexpected surprise here. You're an independent woman, you're getting a new gift, and you sought help, and the whole freaking multiverse came to your aid. This is wild. Casanova and his routine of chasing quick gains by marrying and effing and all of that has missed his deadline for a happy ending. So look, all by himself. He wanted it all for himself. He did not want to include divine feminine. This is a dead man. They've been siphoning the value out of, this is a rosier, this is a fallen angel, a demon of love, and this weird over-sexualized bullshit artistry. That's how they get their energy, so that they don't, what do they call that? So they don't degrade, so they don't start to rot, right? He wanted to take claim for that. I'm the one, I'm the big man, I'm the big man. But you're removing the walls built by cultural differences. There's no more space for denial, only for resolution. And you, across the distances, you are with somebody. You've got this vow here. It could be that you're not together in this realm. And it could very well be that, you have been programmed with a thought pattern of negativity, but it's not really yours. I think it's just a program of thought negativity that kind of moves through you every once in a while, and it hopes that you'll claim it, right? And that's why when you ask the questions that are kind of moving through you, or you get angry about something and you start revving up the energy, and spirit says, nope, 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 they're not talking to you. They're talking to the program moving through you, because you're an empath. You're a super freaking sensitive transmitter, receiver, divine. And I don't think that anybody really thought about the damage that all of this Wi-Fi shit would do to our vessels. There's not very many original organic human beings left. Those who gambled with you, your distant twin flame is there, right? Your distant twin flame is out there, but this false flame got a hold of you, gambled with you, and now they're going into the damn shredder. Because you're no longer alone in this storm. Your twin flame is here, and there is an oath. You are dedicated, devoted, and you're throwing bombs. These sweet bundles of roses. You've got all this dharma from all of these lifetimes where these false flames have forced you to carry 10 wands and 10 swords. What a dick. He loves that dick. The dude is wearing a mask of honor. He actually worships money. It's a pretender. He's wearing the mask of other people's honor. And we get a celebration here because there is a channel promotion, and it could very well be that this is your source connection. They're all happy that you have reconnected. And maybe it's them who are saying no, 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 no. Because when you say, do I get to be with you? I don't get to be with you then. And they're like, no. Because why? Because that is somebody moving through you, hoping that they're going to get some of that, right? And the divine can actually tell who you are and who's trying to move through you better than you. Because it's all connected to the emotional body. It's weird. So yeah, you're self-disciplined. You chose clarity. You fought that alcohol. You're like, look, man, I'm going to hit you with some heavy weights. So you are going to reject the Mr. Manipulator. It's like, no. Get the F out. Absolutely not. You've got clarity now. You know that this jerk has been consuming everybody. Fallen angel, freaking soul harvester, devil. Consuming everybody. Forcing you to move that love up the hill. Now they're doing it. They're trying to do it. They've been forcing everybody to do it. And now danger is approaching because everybody, they're going to get some stuff. This guy is overloaded by your secret weapon or by a secret weapon. So they're on overload right now. And it could be because unseen foes have a secret weapon ready to be unleashed. A quiet, deadly strike, silent, revealing an arsenal of the unseen. You have no idea what's going to happen to you. So we got past life, President of the United States. You have no idea what's going to happen to you. So it could very well be that there are other countries that know this person from a past life or whatever fallen entity is inside that human suit as an avatar. They know who this person is and who they are and what they've done in the history. And it could very well be that they're going to be getting hit with some kind of or he is going to be getting hit with some kind of a silent strike. I don't know. They know who he is. He's been around for a while. There was a book written in the 1800s about this time, about the last presidency. This Baron Trump and all this stuff. Baron Trump had a guardian or a guide or whatever on his journeys, and his name just happened to be Don. Yeah, I bought the books. So these are time travelers. And the only reason that they even had access to time was because they had tapped into all the little beautiful flowers of the daughters of Eden, before they had a chance to say no, and stole the secret weapons of their mind, of their upper dimensional Star Nation soul tribes. So they were basically trying to force their way into these upper spaces, these fallen angels. And with the secret weapon, they're overloaded now by the secret weapon, and it could very well be that they're being overloaded by the secret weapons of the upper divine. The tribe of Lyra, I believe, is here. Somebody mentioned that the boots were on the ground. So whether anybody chooses to believe that or not, it's up to you. There's a lot of misinformation that has been spread about the commitment of the gift. They were spreading lies about you on the digital shit, these copycats, and now they're getting distracted. They were causing distractions, and now they're going to get distracted because they're going down. They're going down. And all that we got, they're going down. Your family ties are putting them down, and it could very well be that the family that abandoned you is getting bad news. The family that abandoned you, they sacrificed you centuries ago, and you've been getting unalived and tortured since then. They want to do it again. They've been numbing your mind, playing in your mind, puppeting you, and you're the twin flames. So they've been keeping you separated by some kind of a mirror magic, some kind of a curse, and that curse has been broken. Yeah, they've been using you for petty gains. Mr. High Roller, go rot. His flesh suit is rotting. And he's going to get, whoever's been mimicking your value is going to get delivered a fatal blow. That unseen, silent strike. Now, I don't know that it's going to hit the whole of the United States. I mean, I've been asking if I'm going to survive or if I'm going to die. And I keep getting told, that, yeah, there's going to be bombs and, a lot of us may not survive. But the thing about that is it's tricky questioning because there's limitless numbers of universes. There's lots of different planetary systems within each one. And all of us have been tried and tested to see where we're going to fit in with this environment. So even while our flesh suits may perish, our spirit and soul is certainly safe and claimed, and it has been tested and identified and, evaluated. So found necessary. So they're not going to be allowing these devils to consume your soul. No matter how they say it, no matter how they threaten it, even if they blow up your house and destroy your flesh temple, they will not consume your soul or get a hold of that energy or those gifts ever again. They will not use them to bring war against the tribe of Lyra, the lion, or the jaguar. Ever again. They will not take anything from you ever again. Even if they are dropping bombs on little girls' schools, they will not be harvesting those little virgins. They will not. God will claim them, and everything's being done. This is a total reset, and it's not going to be like it was before. We've got help this time. They're really mad, but they got military, they got police. I mean, these guys, these fallen devils, they're in all of these things, and they're very, very mean about it, right? I mean, we've seen what the ICE agents have been doing. It's just kind of terrible. But it's a harvest, man. Call it what it is. It isn't war. It isn't terrorism. It's a harvest by fallen angels calling themselves leaders. They're getting all the money. They're pulling the money from all of the programs and all of the resources, and they're trying to get, they want to capture as many prisoners of war as they can because they need batteries. And I don't know, because God said that this is the end of their relationship with batteries. And I'm pretty sure God is going to be dealing with these fallen angels, however God is going to be dealing with them. But whatever happens, they're not going to be taking the souls of this family. Nope. So somebody's having a drink. Somebody wants control of your foundation, or somebody has been. They're anticipating needs, last minute scrambles. They're dipping into their savings. They could be drinking. It's got liquor, coffee, tea, water. They're trying to avoid an inevitable end. We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. They could be upset that you have recovered. This is somebody from a past life. They had you as a prisoner of war. So whoever this was an enemy of your family before, but this has been going on for thousands of years, and it could just very well be that they've been tossing you from freaking country to country, seeing who could torture you the best or whatever. Who knows? They all know each other. I mean, some of us, like me, they poured acid into my brain, in my spiritual brain, and it went in, and it went all the way through every nerve ending. It was like throughout my whole system. It was like cringe, right? But they do this kind of stuff, and because they're trying to shut down our communication system. They don't want us connecting with the upper dimensional space. They wanted us to be seen as fallen angels, and they wanted to trade places. They were deflowering little girls, hoping that they would all be seen as prostitutes. Freaking broadcasting it throughout the universe. We've got divine timing here. You got your hand up to the false flame. You know who they are. You've identified them, and it's the wrong freaking time. We've got the Fool here, looking for an opportunity. They're being condemned. There's public scrutiny. They might feel like a fool at the beginning of this new cycle. They might feel like a fool because of the public scrutiny. Facing public opinion challenges their resilience and their resolve. There's a transformation, a change. You've evolved through this criminal behavior, this entrapment. You have transformed. You're no longer who you once were. You're an actual angel. And while they've been saying that they could be just like you if they ate your flesh and drank your blood, they cannot be just like you. They're fallen. And you're not. Regardless of whether they put you in a hellhole or not, your soul is not like them. regardless of what kind of karmic life they have transferred into you, it's not your soul resonance. It's an interference. Absolutely. I've lived long enough. I mean, I lived that. I lived the interference, and then I survived an accident. And then for the next 20 plus years, I had to do the spiritual battle because all of a sudden I became aware, and it was horrid. So we got the devil here, codependent and toxic. They're in a 10 of wands burden. They got to get that love up the damn hill, or maybe they were put, yeah, the devil has to get that love up the hill, and danger is approaching them. Coming up out of the grave, commitment. So it could very well be that they are committed to you because you put the love up the hill, right? You've got that love up the hill. It was a hopeless cycle, but you made it happen. And it could very well be that those from the deep, the ancestors, those who had been, this devil had ensnared and trapped, could be in support of you, committed to you. I've heard people talking in the unseen about, somebody said, I even have hope. So it's like this devil ensnared the youngers, the page. And you came in with this energy, and you were like bringing it to them. You pushed this love, pushed it. All these people, you filled them up, and they even have hope now. So they're committed to you because, look, because you have this talent. You've got, the ability, the earthbender, airbender. You're a magnificent love. You have inner talent and skill, these features that are upper dimensionally aligned, right? So they're committed to you, protecting you. Danger is approaching these devils. You're not alone. We got the King of Wands there, overcoming challenges with this comparison. He's focused on his own path. He's not seeking validation from anybody, but these devils were. Oh, the clown is missing you. The performer. You know what it could be is that there's revenge. This King of Wands might be, who might miss you. This King of Wands might be your person here. He's focused on his own path, and he's dealing with the clown. It could be that he's giving revenge to the clown. He's metering out revenge to the clown. He might miss you. So he's metering out some kind of revenge to this clown that has been performing. He could be your Two of Cups union. But we got somebody coming in with a small offering, so there could be both. Spirit, what is this? You got the Two of Cups and a small offering. Please tell me more about this. Intuition. You're going to have to use your intuition. Now, a while back, there was a message that stated that the guidance from above, you will know without a doubt who is for you. Your discernment has really come online over the last decade or two, if not more. The Two of Swords here, so you're avoiding that like the plague. You're tapped in. God is going to guide you. Mother, Father, they're not going to let this essence be committed to another false flame. Absolutely not. They will not let this entity ever obtain this energy and these gifts ever again. God said no. This is the end of their relationship with batteries. They will never take anything from you again. They're being condemned. You have evolved through the change. They wanted to keep you in this little box of sexual deviancy and defilement. However, you chose whatever you chose, and you grew right up. You grew exponentially beyond what these fallen ones are. They wanted to keep you in that status of fallen, and you said, nope, nah. You're reaching out first. Anybody approaching you right now in the physical, wanting to get all up in your space, is like a hell no, because that's not where it's at. You know it. You know that you got this spiritual connection, that this spiritual union, because you've been fighting and stuff. And you got this Mr. Small Offering come in, and you're using your intuition. You're reaching out first. You're like, back off. And now Miss Jessie is so pissed off. She's strangling Casanova, this Casanova devil. She's like, you bastard. What did you get me into? Encounter. So they're caught in tensions because you're about ready to meet your person. You're using your intuition. You're like, hey, I mean, it could very well be that you and your power partner are already very intimately, energetically united. And I think that even though, you know, for centuries, our heart, our soul, our spirit has been brutalized by this clown pretending to love, but being a freaking demon lover instead. Yeah, what a piece of work, man. I think that it's an internal soul fear, man. I think maybe because of all the harsh physical and mental and every way brutality. Justice is here, the law of cause and effect. Whatever they did to you is going to be done to them. They're all up in their emotions over this. You've ascended. You've leveled up. There's a law of cause and effect. Whoever was doing this pornography bullshit, they were broadcasting it everywhere. So they were doing this horrible sexual deviancy to the purity, and yeah, they're gonna get their asses handed to them. You've been promoted. You were able to reach above. You were able to show yourself truthfully. You were able to break through and show yourself truthfully. And everybody can see that this is a damn clown, man, with some kind of technology. There's a punishment here. There is a big punishment for what they have been doing here. We've got a warning. They skipped the necessary steps to gain an advantage. They were prostituting the daughters of Eden and making an exhibit out of them, broadcasting it throughout the freaking universe, man. Look at the whore. Look at the prostitute. And then you got Jezebel just laying it on, man. She just wanted to F you up because, why? She didn't see any other way out, I suppose. So she agreed to go South Node and try to take you out for your crown. But you didn't give up. There's a warning shot to anybody attempting to do this right now. They are a master. They have been ascended. There's no more pornography being broadcast around them. We've got the Page of Wands, who is free of this jealous, freaking mental distraction of this King of Cups reversed. Guidance from above. He's got guidance from above. Clarity arrives when you allow yourself to be receptive. Messaging. So guidance from above. Clear communication. We are online. We are online. We are online. So those who have been used as an exhibit, those who had been punished and threatened and, you know, driven to do the deeds of this devil, this page is free of that scenario. He doesn't have to work it anymore. Nope, he's got guidance from above, and he's got some serious communications going on, which is excellent. So there's a cool down of somebody's finances. They could be having some kind of money problems. It seems to me that they're trying to extract the wealth out of all of the programs, out of all of the systems, the finances, as well as the souls or the spirits, the batteries, the energy providers. They're fallen. They don't have source connection. They had a hope that they could replace us and then gain access to this upper space and then go to war and take it, but that fell through. It didn't work out. You got animal friends here. Dog, cat, animal friends. It could be the kitty. The kitty. The inside job of the lion. The daughter of the lion. The daughter of the lion is on the inside. She is making a change. And there you go. Okay? Solving the puzzle from the inside out. Regarding the snake. Tormenting people. What they've been doing, how they've been doing it. This bondage. The curse has been broken. The bindings have come off. The indigenous people are free of these curses. These ones are super pissed. They use the N-word about our African friends. So they use the heathen. They call our indigenous friends and relatives heathens, which is just, you know, I mean, these are supremacists, right? These devils. They gambled with you. They took a gamble. They thought that they were going to be able to do you better than you while being a freaking parasite in the world. And now that's the separation. That's the end. This is the end of mirroring others. There's evidence, all this photographs, and those people who had been selling movies and photographs and defiling your name, your image, your reputation throughout the universe are going to get effed up, because apparently you're really, really important. You've got the billionaire status. You're universally known. You could very well be the universal gatekeeper, recommitted, contracted, or given new covenant for this role by the Rainbow Covenant holder. These ones are going to be an eternal regret for screwing around with your reputation. Somebody said the other day that they forgave, but that their ancestors didn't. And the thing about this is that this has been going on for thousands of years, and it was their ancestors, these clowns, that began it. So of course there's no forgiveness in them. They're very hard of heart, and they never deserved any of that, and they won't be given a chance to come back ever. And I don't think that their bloodline or anything is going to be given permission to be served. The bloodline of the devil cannot be served by the bloodline of God. The bloodline of the devil that sacrificed people, that prostituted people for profit, that defiled them, and that actually wore their crown. They're like, we don't forgive you. Well, us, you know, I mean, forgiveness for the rose is like, release, finally, get the F out and don't ever come back. You know, they're clowns. They're freaking performers. The apple is independent of these toxic, addictive personalities and their need. A fierce, independent, daughter divine, planetary stabilizer, incredibly balanced in both shadow and light. Powerful. Something that these masculines, these fallen angels, only wish they could be, and they sacrifice this being so that they could wear the energy. Tap into the gifts of these upper dimensional spaces, and then go up there and paint these people as prostitutes. The most heinous thing ever. So you've solved the illusion and the mystery regarding these addictions, because you were able to stand firm. You were able to give up the alcohol, the drugs, whatever it was that you were in. You got your mind straight. You closed the gates. You commanded yourself well. And you came into your talent. And it was no act. It was firm and resolute. You stopped having sex with the shadow. You stopped inviting the nasty into your world. This is the end of their opportunity. You are the key. You discovered the core of the problem. This past forgotten person that you may not know, but who may very well be, who we spoke of earlier. Toxic affairs, deflowering. You're getting a new beginning. This is divine intervention. Serendipity. You could very well be the catalyst, the apple that was able to encompass so much darkness because you carry so much light. You were able to stabilize and bring the truth of it to the upper divine. You were able to break through the illusion and be seen, and then to present the evidence and allow opportunity for others to come through the door that you were able to break through. and present their own testimony to the truth of it. The truth of this forbidden crime. The back and forth of the night, doing devilish things and then presenting themselves as angels, wearing other people's light. They're being silenced, or perhaps you have discovered the hidden truth. And maybe they are being silenced. This trash, those who had treated you like trash, those who sacrificed their roses and then made videos and threw it all over the freaking universe, yeah, who tried to cast the illusion that they were that when they had been enslaved and forced and brutalized and unalived and tortured lifetime after lifetime. Yeah, the illusion is broken, the curse is broken. It's no longer in effect, and law and order is happening here. You got somebody out there that's this false flame, this devil. Their fight is with God, man. And they thought that if they could attack the earth angels when they were just kids, that they would be able to command the light, the actual angels, you know, and then swap places to be seen energetically as them and get up into use their bodies and their minds as connectors and bridges to the upper dimensional spaces and go up there as though they were it. Yes, I'm the angel. No, honey. No. So you were able to sing your soul song. You are who you are. You're singing praises. People could be singing praises for what has come here. You were able to survive and bring forth, break on through, be that catalyst. So there is a reconciliation. You are identifiable. Spirit said, congratulations, you survived. You are identifiable. So there's an understanding. You've brought an understanding, and there's a reconciliation. There is that these entities here, these devils who are feeling real bad right now, they might be moving through you like they do me. They might be moving through you like they do me. This clown who's in a pickle right now might become moving through you, like, you know, because you're a transmitter receiver, you pick up on your environment. They might be saying, I don't get to go with you. I don't get to be with you. You're going to leave me. Yeah. Because everything that moves through you does not belong to you. The technology is good. It's very difficult to discern. Not everybody, in fact, most people don't get to survive long enough to develop discernment. When you're attacked with that technology and your mind is riddled with, I mean, the world is surrounded apparently by satellites, and what it felt like was all of those satellites were broadcasting into my mind at the same time. It was horrendous, man. And then you had to keep a job, work your job, learn new equipment, heavy equipment, and then, you know, get it to operate right. You had to really focus with all that stuff going on. It's amazing. Discovering self and what you can move through, the tragedy that you can move through and actually perform good. And the expansion is incredible because you really have to build a resilience and resilience at the same time. It's crazy, but it's interesting too. So we got the Four of Pentacles here. Somebody wants to control your, or maybe you have control over the foundation. We got somebody anticipating needs, right? They want to tap into your savings. They have to tap into their savings. They're drinking. They're drinking to cope. They're having to tap into their savings. They're running out of money. Off and on, detached. Yeah, they've been detached from you. They can't pull off of you anymore. They're running out of money. They're running out of money. We got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. This is an inevitable end. They're trying to resist it. They could be upset that you have recovered. This is a false flame, and we've got divine timing. It's the wrong time. It's the wrong time. They're having massive regrets. Massive regrets. They're thinking about your new beginning. They're being condemned. You were able to evolve through the pain, through the suffering. You became that powerful shadow, that powerful light, and you just moved through it. And now these ones are being condemned. They're so angry. They're starting to rot, if you've noticed. You are free. You evolved through the pain, through the suffering. You have transformed. You're no longer that being that is held to the gravity of the earth. You're no longer like a worm or a snake or a slithering anything. Oh no, honey, you've been reborn and you are free. You're moving on up. Whoop, you're going on up. You're loving you. You're treating yourself good, taking yourself on a date, buying your inner divine something sweet, something you always wanted. You got the devil here, codependent and toxic on you. They're heavily burdened because they have to push that love up the mountain now. And it keeps rolling back down. Danger is approaching them. Those that they sacrificed, that they had under their control. It appears to me that that the devil had under control are now rising and committed to protecting you, Divine Feminine. You have identified yourself very clearly. You are the one wearing the crown. You are the master. And it could very well be that in many lifetimes that these spaces and places hurt you because you had been covered in the blame and the shame of this devil, lifetime after lifetime. Like they defile you and then they burn you alive, right? And then they throw you into the pits of hell, and then you have to suffer, and then you reincarnate and you try to do it again, and you push the love up the hill, and these ones would knock you back down, defile you, and then steal your honor again. And now everybody knows what they did. And you've been promoted. Everybody sees who you are. This clown was comparing themselves to you. And it looks to me like this King of Wands who misses you is could be seeking revenge on this clown for their performance of you. This nasty thing that kept getting you put into the underworld for this karmic punishment or whatever. You've been punished over and over and over again for what these clowns kept doing to you, violating you. Your innocence, your purity, something you had no choice over. You weren't able to stop it, but they punished you over and over again because their magic was, they were using your essence as magic, all your gifts, and it was powerful because you are a powerful being. So now those who have been, they transitioned into another realm, another frequency, and they're here supporting you because you have the ability to offer them life. Somebody said that they even have hope now. You've invigorated everybody. You're pouring your essence into people. You're enlivening them. You're giving them life. So they are dedicated to you. You're turning your back on the clown. They're committed to you, and they're turning their back on this devil. Commitment to turning your back. They're helping you leave this devil. So they're committed to you, helping you, protecting you while you turn your back on this devil. So yeah, those people here in the grave, ancestors and whatnot, they're supporting you. They're committed to you turning your back on this clown, on this devil. King of Wands is there. He's got a team of people. They're overcoming challenges. We've got Miss You. They might be eager to be with you. We've got a clown that might be getting some kind of revenge for comparing themselves to you, or to this King of Wands, for comparing themselves to you. You've got these beautiful feelings. You've got this beautiful love. And it's all in you. And you know what? These clowns, they don't have the capacity to feel. They can no longer feel. And that's the problem. They can no longer feel. And they're jealous of you because you feel. And they like to destroy your feelings. They like to get you to suffer. They want to wipe that damn smile off your face. Because they can't ever have it. Even if they were to consume you and dress up in your energy, I mean, they might be able to feel a little happy, but they'll never be you. They'll never actually love themselves. It's just a karmic tie. So it could be that these clowns, these karmic ties, miss you. They were comparing themselves to you. King of Wands is overcoming challenges. Well, isn't that terrible? It could be that there's some karmic ties that are all up in their feelings about your ability to remain loving. They stripped everybody out of your life. Anybody who might have ever loved you, they destroyed their love for you. They, like some of you were considered the black sheep because your whole family treated you like crap. Well, that was a program. It was very much meant to happen. Because they needed your low vibrational energy so they could keep attaching their karmic debt and sin onto you so that you would keep having to transmute it and process it. So you got the Two of Cups here, unified love. There is a marriage connection. Somebody wants to make a small offering. They may try to come in and do that. But your sixth sense, your intuition is activated. You know that they love to hate you. You know the difference between love and hate. You can tap in and you know. You know the difference between a Two of Cups and a small offering. That's exactly what it is. You know the difference between a real Two of Cups and a small offering that loves to hate you. They just want what you have. You know the difference. One is going to want to command you, control you, and the other is going to be like a soulmate. You'll know exactly. Like you'll be able to finish each other's sentences or something. Or you'll know exactly how to support each other, and you'll do so very well because you've been doing so in the spirit. It'll come naturally, I think. So we've got you're avoiding this. You're avoiding this love-hate shit. You know what this is. You're like, hey, back off, nasty Jack. Because you're reaching out first. You're like, look, God said, guidance from above. I'm going to be giving a message when that comes in. And Jezebel is real pissed because they promised. And they can't get a connection with you because you're guided from above to this encounter. You're about ready to meet your person. And they're coming in to the 3D trying to intervene. You'll know when it is and when it isn't. I think that God and everybody that's committed to protecting you, that's committed to you turning your back on the devil, because when you get your freedom, everybody gets their freedom. When you get your freedom, guided from above, everybody that's supporting you gets their freedom. And these devils don't want that because they're addicted and they're reliant upon their captives, their prisoners of war. Elimination. You will know when it's your person. This false flame is, look, they're having massive regrets. They're trying to avoid an ending here, but they're not able, they're not going to be able to avoid it. It's happening. It's happening. You've recovered. You've recovered. You're in a new connection. You're about ready to encounter your person. You will know the truth of it. It will be obvious. these false flames, I think their light is getting turned off. Like, I think you're going to start seeing people either just have a heart attack, or they're just going to start to rot or something. I don't know. The law of cause and effect is here. They owe a great debt to the upper star nations, the star nation soul families, the souls of those upper spaces that have been consumed by these fallen angels. They have a big debt to pay. And the higher you go, I guess, the bigger the boogeyman is. So, you know, there's much greater scary beings in the world than what we've been dealing with, which is scary to think about, right? Because you got those scary beings here, those religious people that have been calling people sacrilegious and then burning them alive, acting like they're devils, you know, sledgehammering children, rubber banding their hands until they fall off, whatever. I mean, crap, man. Their main profit system is trafficking the roses of the royal daughters and sons. So, justice is coming. The law of cause and effect for those people who were catfishing you. There's no more of that. You have ascended. You have been promoted. You have been promoted. You have leveled up over these backstabbing, game-playing, love-bombing, mind game deceivers. You've ascended over the backstabber, the cheater. There's punishment here. They're being warned about circulating, I think, pictures and movies of these roses, of these sacrificed divine feminines and masculines, the crown, the royal ones, the sons and daughters of God. They're being warned to stop circulating this shit. No more profit off of that kind of crap. Yep. They are being warned to stop circulating the bullshit movies that they have made available to the universe. These gang rape, these freaking burn alive, these torture flicks. They get off on it. So there's an order for them. They are being warned. They will be punished if this shit is circulated, not only here, but and not only upper, all throughout the freaking multiverse. Better not see any freaking movies, any digital content whatsoever of these sacrificed queen bees that are true royalty. Yep, being warned. You better take that shit right off the market. You better take that shit right off the market. Because this queen bee is the universal gatekeeper. Now, there's limitless numbers of universes out there, and I don't know which one she's got, but she's got one. And she's a boss bitch. And God is saying, look, devil, you better take that. You better take all those movies, all those things you've been circulating over these beautiful, precious, royal ones off the market. The Page of Wands is free of the jealous freaking King of Cups in the reverse. They don't have to do this scenario anymore. There's guidance from above. They are in communication. They're receiving communications. We've got workplace affair. Excuse me. The workplace affair is unemployed, Jezebel, psycho. Those who had been sleeping with people, reckless sex, sleeping with CEOs, tapping into that wealth, that abundance, that success story. Yeah, they've been feeling like they own the soul, the spirit, the wealth of all of these people that they've been sleeping with, because they get an energetic entanglement and then they curse the one who had the wealth and then they take it from them. They stick them in a little jar and then they make them go around and around and around. Is what they've been doing. Little Mr. Psycho had a good thing going, man. So they're getting the message. They're getting the message from above. They're getting the message from above. This Psycho and Jezebel with their workplace affair bullshit. They better stop that stuff. They're going to be unemployed. No more of that. No more of that clown. No more of that. No more of that sweet talk and forcing people into a trap and then round and round and round and round and round. This guy is getting a shit storm of karma delivered right now. The whole family, your new family or the royal divine family is delivering a firestorm. They're losing their minds. They're losing their lives. Everybody who betrayed you is going, and everything that happened to you, they'll be taken somewhere and they will have those experiences. They're under serious pressure, sleeping with everybody, trying to hope that somebody will commit to them, or for the commitment, pop on the question, hey, you want to sleep with me? Hey, you want to sleep with me? Time is running out to bump heads with a child divine and then get on that path. They're really trying to come in for love offers right now. They need an agreement. They need a contract. They need an entanglement. Some people, I heard a woman say that it takes just a conversation, a verbal exchange in order to make that happen. I've heard these nasties talking about signatures. They want to get a signature. They want to start forging documents too. It's crazy. They're getting desperate. They're losing sleep. They're worried. They're worried. They're losing sleep because they are being blocked from romance. They cannot. No more. God said no. Absolutely the F not. So we got secret accounts, secrets. We got double secret accounts. Because they were getting married to people and then they were separating from people, leaving them alone, leaving them in suffering. And we are fed up with this jackass. We're closing this cycle of them feeding on divine sons and daughters of the Most High. The reed and the crown have been bridged, and this tree is stabilized and strong. There's many of them here. And we're closing this cycle of Mr. Fake freaking spiritualist proposing to people, marrying people, getting contracts with people so that they could gain connections, use them as bridges to the upper dimensional spaces. They're like, well, how high does that one go? Yeah, these are low vibrational beings who've been coming in and love bombing high vibrational beings, pretending, dressing up in the light and the joy of somebody else's sacrifice or whatever, and then coming in presenting themselves as worthy. And they're simply not. It's too late for the freaking side hustle, okay? And now they're getting effed up over you because all that mental magic is going back. All those breakup spells are going back. All of those magical death spells are going back. Everything is going back. They took themselves out because you survived. Because God recognized you, because you were able to transform and evolve through the suffering. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, they were mad because you kept reincarnating and trying again. And this time you succeeded. You're not alone. We have help. You were able to break through. You are free. You are free. So somebody could be effed up over you, divine masculine. And I don't know. We got bad news. There's a trap. So a divine masculine, somebody could be effed up over the divine masculine because he laid a trap. Real bad news, man. Somebody's drinking. Look at this. They're freaking drinking. They can't cope. They're detached from you. It's like, oh no, what do they do now? Divine masculine set a trap. Shit, divine masculine set a trap. Yeah, it's too late for the side hustle. No more siphoning the roses. No more making money off of those gang RAPs and broadcasting it throughout the universe. These are queen freaking bees, man. They've been in the shadow for a long time and they've had to expand their light just to be in the temperance energy. That's why they have the crown, because they're master alchemists. And these guys have been sexually molesting them since they were children, lifetime after lifetime. But it didn't happen this time. You evolved through the freaking pain. You transformed. You gave it up. You said, whoa. So now somebody's effed up over this divine masculine. I'm guessing that that's the way it is, because it wouldn't be a divine masculine if he was effed up, right? Somebody's effed up over that divine masculine and they got bad news. There's a damn trap. Yep, they're drinking. They're drinking all right. They're thinking about the history of what they have done. There is legal matters. They owe a great debt. They've got so much freaking karma to pay. They will never be able to compromise for the souls that they have consumed and for the damage that they have done to these souls while making movies and then broadcasting it through the universe as though it was fun. This queen bee had her mind effed, controlled, broke down. They tried to destroy it, hypnotize it. They did everything they could to just minimize this person, and then they drove them into these scenarios. There's a big price to pay for what they did to her. Everything they did to her will be done to them. You know why? Because she went to see Osiris. She was innocent of every crime. She didn't lay down for nobody. She was a sacrifice just like every effing buddy else. And they had a great time. These nasty fuckers, man. Calling themselves men. Good. Good. Have massive regrets, false flame. Shit. You sick fucker. Good. You've learned your karmic lesson and they're feeling like shit now. This toxic lifestyle, they're ashamed. They're embarrassed. It's like, man, shocking news for the happily single people. They're running with their Juzzy and their little gigolo, yeah. They left you hanging. They were living high life and they're not happy now. No strings attached. There's no strings attached. They cannot connect to you. No, you got your wish. And they're trying to get readings on the twin flames, but it's getting rejected. It's getting rejected. This Miss Fake Busy misses you. Miss Love Spell, Miss Trickster, Miss Illusionist, she misses you. Mr. Mask Wearing, Arrogant, My Way or the Highway, Reckless Sex, yeah, they miss you. They're heartbroken because they're getting arrested because their true colors are seen. They were being covered by your sacrifice. These nasties, this world full of freaking fallen angels, these demon lovers, were being covered by the sacrifice of the effing queen bees, the royal daughters, man. And they were getting them from little baby girls and raising them up to be their slaves, their servant, their espionage agent, whatever, man. But you were able to transform through it and get free, to break through. And you, surprisingly, after all the abuse and all of the attempt to really destroy every aspect of you, you came back online. Your soul came back online. They had squashed your soul, man. They put your light out. They stripped you of everything you knew of yourself, everything, every connection you ever had. They put blockages on your third eye, your throat, your heart, everything, and they pulled off you for centuries. And in the spirit or wherever the hell these movies took place, and they were broadcasting it every freaking where while leaving you alone without support, being treated like shit by everybody. Their true colors are seen, and so are yours. You have the spiritual gifts. They are frauds, man. Absolute frauds. So it's good freaking bye to those who had been mirroring the prayerful life of divine feminine. They aren't prayerful at all. They're just a third-party thug, man. Fucking gigolo. Going around and around. So, yeah, you've made progress. You've ascended past the backstabber. You're about ready to encounter your real person, but you got these frauds here who are desperate to get back in your energy. They may try to force it because they have some kind of status and authority in the world. But I don't know if God will allow that. I think he just might do a silent, deadly strike instead, to be quite honest with you. So we got the Four of Pentacles here. Somebody's experiencing scarcity. They're dipping into their savings account. They're drinking to cope. They have been detached from you. Um, this says, you never really loved me. Truth revealed. Illusion shattered. Heartbreak. New life begins. But it came out in the reverse. They're not getting a new life. They're detached from you. They're not getting new life. They can no longer siphon the life out of you. They never really loved you. They were just consuming you. It was a prisoner of war thing. And that's exactly what they're doing right now with this. They are executing what they need on their timeline. And they like virgins and they like, prisoners of war. These warriors. They need warriors and they need, I don't know, man. These guys, I guess they like the masculine prisoners of war because they want to gender alter them and turn them into their bitch, just like they were trying to do here. What you're seeing now is not a 3D experience. This is the spiritual war manifesting in the 3D. So they're trying to resist an inevitable end. This false flame is having massive regrets. We got divine timing. They're dealing with divine timing right now. They knew this day was coming. And they're challenged because they're not getting a new life because you glowed up. In divine timing, you glowed up. It's very, very obvious you're the queen bee. They're having massive regrets. Because everybody can see that they are a false flame. They're not the real deal. It was always you. The prisoner of war, who at some point signed a contract thinking that you were going to be loved and have support. So you got this new beginning here. They're thinking of this new beginning and how you evolved, how you were able to transform through the suffering. There's public scrutiny here because you are free. And their tea is cold now. No more drama over it. The past has expired. You are free. You have changed. You have evolved. Anybody that moves through you, and it sounds like yourself, I know it does, but anything moving through you that questions whether you're going to have a good outcome or not, is these people here. They want to get aboard your train. They want this emperor to take them home. They're like, what do you mean? Can I go with you? And it's like, no, no, no. So when you hear your team or your person say, no, 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 they're talking to this person who's trying to get a message to them through you. They're very, very good. It's very, very slick, man. It's so slick. So the devil is here, codependent and toxic. They're having a 10 of Wands burden. It could very well be that they forced you to be in a burden to push that love up the hill over and over and over again. As soon as you got it up the hill, they knocked you down, took credit for it, and said, ho, 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 I'm the man, 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 yeah, you're the man. And now they got danger approaching because everybody they put into the grave has dedicated themselves to you. They're going to help you turn your back on the devil. They're dedicated to this. They've made an oath. If you get your freedom, if you get away from the devil, then everything that you are, that is theirs. If you are free, then they are free. Danger is approaching these guys. You're the queen freaking bee, man. You're the one pouring your energy into everybody. You're the one bringing life to everybody that these ones had been, that they had enslaved. And that they had forced to do their bidding unseen, to hurt people in the world for little pennies, for little treats. But the queen bee, who is the master, is not given little treats. She's given big gifts. And they're committed to helping her turn her back on the devil and all these little Mr. Small Offering bullshit artists. Yeah. That's the truth. You could call them your ancestors. You can call them whatever you want. Everybody's connected from the beginning to the end. All of our souls and spirits are connected. There have been a lot of curses broken off of a lot of, so there were like 21 species of humans. Right now we've got Homo sapiens, and 40 to 60% of them have been CRISPR'd or whatever. So there's like, yeah, so there's like, well, a certain percentage of original organic people that are still original organic, right? So you're turning your back on them, man, because they did all kinds of things to trap and ensnare so that they could claim souls and harvest, and it didn't go well this time. And we're not alone. King of Wands is here. He may miss you. He's dealing with this clown who is comparing themselves. Yes, there's karmic ties, all in their feelings about your self-love. There could be some kind of revenge going on. Used, then discarded. Thrown away, devalued, emotional trash. Yeah, King of Wands is dealing with this clown who threw you away. King of Wands has feelings for you. So King of Wands is dealing with those karmic ties that threw you away and treated you like trash. You got your Two of Cups. It's there. That's your person. But you got this nasty clown coming in with a small offering. You got your intuition, your sixth sense. You're connected with your person. You will know when it's not for you. You have guidance from above and each other. It's not me. It's trauma, triggering projection, inner wounds. They love to hate you. You know who these people are. You know very well who loves to hate you. You know the patterning, the personality traits of these individuals who make small offerings and big demands. They're very arrogant, they're very flamboyant, and they don't hide it. They say that what they are is you. They have nothing, and they take your everything. And then they say that what you are is what they are because they've just given you this. And they're like, that's you, that's you. Look at that small little nothing you're holding. Well, it's theirs, man. They tried to offload. They're trying to project their inner wounds. And they're wanting to come up with an excuse saying, it's not me, it's trauma. Dude, you know, some of these fellas, and gals, they're in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and they never dealt with their shadow unless they were attacking somebody. They really got off on that, but they never even tried to heal. They never even tried to be a decent, other than an act, right? Pretend to be decent people, but they never were. Oops, what's that? In their head. They're in their head about you. They're in their head about you. They're trying to come up with excuses. They're trying to project something onto you. They're trying to spin the scenarios. They're trying to come up with something they can say to get you to accept their small offering. But you and your person are telepathically and intuitively connected. You'll know. You got your guard up. You're going to reach out first. Then these people are caught up in the tensions. Jezebel, Gigolo, these psychos, and Jezebel. They're all caught up in tensions. She's strangling him. She's like, you asked. I let you treat me like shit, and this is what we get? Yeah, you're about ready to encounter your person. You're enlightened to the truth of it. Lights are coming together. The suns and the stars are about ready to come together. And this person who has been working for Mr. Little Tiny Package there while projecting himself all over the damn world. The world does not need to be covered in that. Yeah, they're mad. They're mad. You chose you, man. Look, you chose you. You're like, So you probably went celibate. You're like, look, Nasty Jack, get out of my freaking hair. I don't need your energy here. And so you did. And so you're about ready to counter your person. And then you got this, you chose yourself. You were able to illuminate yourself. You're able to get your light on because you stopped mixing energies with low vibrational trash. You chose yourself. You chose honor. You chose self-respect. You chose to treat the inner divine. It's like when these guys treated you like trash, or these guys just love hate, it's like, look, man, I'm done with this. I'm done with you, Mr. Small Offering. Sincerely, man. I'm going to choose me. Why? Because I deserve it. You got Mr. Small Offering. They come and take all your love, and then they turn around and they start ridiculing you for your belly pooch, or for the fact that you don't wash the dishes often enough, or you don't cook well enough, or whatever the hell. They just come in and tear you down, take all your shit. So it's like, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm done, Nasty Jack. So now you're really going to meet somebody who's your match, your true match. You were able to purify your energy, and you were able to be seen. You're very high value. You've got emotional maturity. You love yourself. You can love yourself to health when people are trying to tear you down. In the midst of a great freaking tragedy or a very, very heavy load, you're still able to transmute and manage yourself well without becoming a blight upon the world. And that's why, darling, you are the queen bee. Your obvious royalty, despite what they did to you here. They just didn't ever want you to know it. They didn't ever want you to know your value. And it's easy when you're a child and they stick you in with these narcissistic families to try to break your mind. That's what they do. It's been going on for thousands of years, but it's over now. It's over now. Justice is here. The law of cause and effect. The scales are being balanced. Those digital whispers, those movies that they've been broadcasting around the sexual violations of these beautiful roses and the trump cards is coming to an end. You have ascended. You have leveled up. You are being promoted. God has resurrected you, lit the fire in your soul, re-enlivened you, and has elevated you. So you've ascended. Danger is approaching. You've been promoted above those who were love bombing you and playing mind games with you. You elevated yourself right up out there. You were transformed by the experience, and they are being condemned now for what they tried to do to you. They tried to destroy this daughter. I believe this daughter is the daughter of a lion. I believe she's in union with Jaguar. And both of those tribes are coming together to kick ass on the devil right now. And all of their multiversal supporters, all of the other Star Nation soul tribes that had been having their own souls, children that have been coming down here abused. So everybody's gathering right now. Gaslighted, manipulated, doubting yourself, twisted truth. So you have ascended past the gaslight, past the backstab. You're way up there. Justice is happening. There's punishment. They are being warned to, they're being warned by the authorities. They're being punished by, for circulating, defilement and broadcasting videos of their suffering into the world. The crown, the queen bee, she's the master. She gave you her all, man. She was overgiving, drained, love unreturned. She gave everything to these people. And now God says they will never take anything from her again, and they will never be served by her again. Never. She forgave, she forgave, she forgave. They burned her alive many, many times. They tortured her many, many times. They sacrificed her at least once. This is crap. She never has to give anything back. Nope. Never, ever, ever. They're going to be punished for what they did. For continuously, for having her in this cycle of this rose, this sacrifice, this sexual manipulation, this deviancy. She was able to get control of this. She chose herself. She chose to transform in this energy. She's free. And that means everybody that's committed to turning the back on this devil is free also. That's what that means. That's what that means. So the Page of Wands has got their freedom. They're pretty excited about this. They're entering into the limitless potential. They are free of this King of Cups and this whole devilish crap game that they had going on. This jealousy, they're free of jealousy. They're free of this nastiness. These masculine gurus or whatever, they're spiritual counselors. Now they have guidance from above, and they actually are online, so source connected. Those Jezebels that were having workplace affairs to tap into the value of a CEO, they are unemployed, and this psycho doesn't want to let go. This says, love me, leave me, back and forth feelings, unstable affection. The psycho doesn't want to let go. Fake apology. They're coming in with a fake apology, and that's it. Their interdimensional guides are telling this psycho to come in for negotiations. Now, the curator, from what I understand now after last night's messaging, is he's doing evil using the Talmud, and he's being advised to come in for negotiations, to renegotiate, to try to get a negotiation. But as we know, these entities, they do not honor treaties, they do not honor contracts, they betray every oath, every vow. There is no loyalty, there is no honesty, you can't trust a thing coming out of their mouth. There's no need to negotiate about anything, because for thousands of years they have made it very, very clear their mindset and their intention regarding women and children and men. So there's no need to negotiate. There's no need to debate. Nothing adds up. It's very inconsistency. The gut knows. You already know everything you need to know about these toxic ties. You've lived it. Lifetime after lifetime. Your soul knows everything, and so does God. And that is why you have been resurrected and promoted, lifted up. So now we got somebody hiding their feelings because the energy has shifted. They're fake calm. Your energy has shifted. There's a silent strength here. It's like where they thought you would be here, that's what they're trying to project into you, but this is what you are. So the energy for them has shifted. And they're smiling, they're trying to hide their feelings. So they're like, oh no, what's going on? And they're confused as hell. They don't have any clarity. They're in emotional chaos. Whatever emotional magic they've been trying to spew your way, or sex magic, or whatever the hell they try to do to harden your waters, the waters of your temple. And if you look that harden the waters in occult, means they're trying to program your waters with confusion, with delusion, with whatever they need to in order to get you into South Node confusion, right? So that they can come in and suck the good stuff out. But now they're in an emotional chaos because it's all coming back. They're rehearsing the past. They're like, oh no, what did I do? They're like, oh no, what did I do? Because you are free, you're detached, you've healed. And they thought you were always going to come back. But you never showed up. You never showed up. They thought you were coming back, but you never showed up. Huh. So, yeah. There's a whole world there with this psycho and Jezebel that, and it could very well be you too. Like somebody may have contracted with you in a previous life and they just never showed up. And they had you stuck there in this round and round and round of deflowering you when you were a child, entering into the little girl pageant contest, right? And then getting I mean, here's where we're at. We get to see the power of God. Now, the God Almighty. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I didn't think I was going to be alive. They had programmed me to be gone by the age of 30, and I had a car accident 3 months before I turned 30. And in one timeline, it actually ended me. But God said, nope, nope, nope. And he put me back. He put me back. And then I had to deal with over 20 years of mental RAP, energetic RAP, emotional manipulation. All these guys are making my waters hard. I had to learn how to transmute. They kept sticking attachments and stuff onto me. It was horrid, man. Especially because everybody seemed to be so hateful and the energy was so awful and so careless. So damn mean. And they're still mean, you know, to those of us who actually made it out. They want to come out and lash and say, what good are we if we're not giving them a place, telling them this, doing this? And I'm like, what? We don't even know? It's like, come on, man. So many of us have suffered over many decades by ourselves without anybody in the physical and with all these people in the mental, you know, just trying to destroy our world. And we had to really fight through it. So, you know, it's like we're just grateful to be alive, you know? And you can't ever really help people earn merit. They kind of have to do that on their own. I mean, they can pretend, you know, people who forge documents, they can pretend for a while, but eventually it's going to get caught. The weeds always get pulled. And that was a promise that was made to me when I was like 21. I was quite angry about having to do like 3 times the work of like all my coworkers, and the message came through: the weeds will always get pulled. It could be a year, 5 years, 10 years, lifetimes, but the weeds always get pulled. And that was the message I got way back then. So it seems what's happening. So they're in a 4 of Pentacles. They're having some scarcity right now. They're drinking right now. They are tipping into their savings because they are detached from you. They're not getting a new life. Their new life has not begun. They are not getting one. They could be realizing that they actually did love you. You've ascended to the highest level of the human existence, but it came out in the reverse for them. They're not going anywhere. Their life, they're not getting anything. They got detached from you. They can no longer tap into your spiritual wealth. They can no longer wield your spiritual authority. Affliction, delusion, suffering. You're no longer afflicted. You're not deluded. You have mental clarity. You know exactly what's going on. You were able to gain your discernment and then share the truth of your testimony. It's very clear. It's very clear. So they're in a 10 of Swords reversed. They could be challenged by your recovery. They're having massive regrets over what they've done. This is a false flame. And in divine timing, you glowed up. Your light came on. Your soul was reactivated. God found you and then resurrected you and led you back and into an ascension. You've been promoted. You've made so much progress. You're a powerful being. You're a queen bee. You're a crown. You went through cycle after cycle after cycle of suffering. And because you were able to survive, because you were able to transform and be reborn in that suffering and pull up out of that, you were able to open the door, freaking hack your way, blaze that trail, and allow other people to come forward with their testimony. So that's beautiful because you glowed up. You transformed your inner radiance. by choosing you. By choosing you. Look at that book there. It says, I choose me. By choosing you, you were able to get your light on, and you're seen as the truth. You're not a copycat. You're identifiable. You stopped mixing your energy with this soup of this disgusting mess that we had going on here. And everybody can see very clearly that you have evolved. For a transformation. They didn't count on that. They're not going anywhere. Everybody can see who the real flame is. Everybody can see who the light is. Everybody can see very clearly who did the work. We got spirit guides are your shield. So that's in the reverse. You glowed up. This person is no longer covered by your spirit guides, by your shield. They're seen as a false flame. A beautiful transformation is coming. This is you. So look, you glowed up. A beautiful transformation. Game over. And what is this? Well, I don't know. We got 444, 99, 333, 1111, 1212. So this must be you're guided and protected. You got new beginnings here, and the spirit guides are not shielding. So your spirit guides here are not shielding this false flame. They're no longer protected by your light. So you're being protected, and they're no longer shielded by your protection. Game over. It's game over. Because you're not afflicted. You're not deluded. There's no suffering in the mental body. Their mental magic broke. It didn't work. So we got the Fool here. You're getting a new beginning, and you transformed, and they're being condemned publicly. The tea is cold. No more drama over it. Past has expired. You're free of it. You're moving on. You're moving on. You're no longer part of that. You're done. You know, they cannot trap you. They cannot hold you back. The royal divine mother stated that they cannot trap you. You have a guarantee. We got Northern Lights. Northern Lights. The devil is here. They're in a 10 of Wands burden. They're working hard to get that love up the hill, or maybe they made you do it. Danger is approaching. The dead or the ancestry, whatever you want to say that. So they're there. They have pledged and promised, and they are committed to helping you turn your back, to helping you get away from these people, these devils. They're getting unexpected income. They're getting paid. They're getting what their reward, right? You got these clowns out here that have been siphoning the wealth out of souls, out of everything, out of everybody. They're very greedy. They've been hurting people and using their emotions against them. They've been binding them karmically and everything else. King of Wands is here overcoming challenges, may miss you. This is your person. He's dealing with this clown who's been comparing themselves to you. He might be inflicting revenge upon that person. We've got karmic ties. So this clown that you had karmic ties with, they used and then discarded people who love themselves, people who have feelings, people who cared about the world. They took all of their merchandise and left them in poverty, and then told them they were nothing while they beat them up emotionally and mentally and drove soap operas of this stupid technology, this Wi-Fi crap, through their beautiful sensitive minds, their transmitter receiver divine. Eye to eye with the demons within. You went eye to eye with the demons within. This clown camouflaging in your energy, comparing themselves to you. You went eye to eye with the demons within. You transformed in the darkness and you are free of it. The tea is cold. You've got a Two of Cups union here. You have this connection. I think the King of Wands is going to kick the shit out of this clown. King of Wands might feel like a clown. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. You got somebody here trying to make a small offering. But your intuition, your sixth sense, your discernment is right on the money. You know that these ones are all in their head. They're overthinking. They're spinning some different scenarios. They're like, it's not me, it's trauma. You know, they're projecting their inner wounds on people with this I love you, I hate you bullshit. But they always hate you. They've been having relationships with their enemies. They're fallen angels. They are demons of love. They use love as a sexual, as a binding, a trap, this intimate connection. And their favorite weapon of war is relationship, reckless sex. They need it. Your spirit guides are not going to cover them anymore. They're rotting. They're literally coming undone. And they're angry. So they are taking out what they need for their timeline. They think they have one. I don't know. Maybe they do. Make a wish. Manifest dreams to reality. You've got a rainbow covenant here. You're making your wish. You're getting your wish. And you're about ready to take flight. You're about ready to take flight. But you've got this nasty jack coming in with a small offering. They really want to come in and they want to play the trauma bond thing. It's not me, it's trauma. I'm sorry. They're going to get all in their head. They need to come in. They got to try to figure out how they can get back in your thing. But you've got no freaking entry. Do not come up here. You're going to reach out first. You're going to choose. You don't want any nasty jack coming in asking you out for a date. It's like, no. Get out, because you know that right now what's happening is it's game over. There's a beautiful transformation coming and your spirit guides are not shielding these nasty jacks anymore. They're getting taken out. The angels are here, taking them out. Jezebel and Gigolo, this psycho over there, are choking each other out because you're about ready to encounter your person. You have illuminated. Your glow is on. You chose you. You chose self-love. You have emotional maturity and you have a clean break. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't have debt. You don't have credit card debt. You don't use credit cards as far as I can tell. And if you do, then you pay them off every month. You don't owe anybody anything. You pay your taxes every year. You pay all your bills on time. You're responsible. You haven't relied on the system to support you. You're self-supporting. They have nothing to take away from you. They don't own anything of yours. I mean, if you have a car and you're making car payments, so they might be able to eventually come and take that. I mean, if they want to get that nasty, they very well could. But if you're making your payments on time, I don't know why they would. We've got enjoy the silence. You might be enjoying the silence. You know, all that nasty, look, enjoying the silence. You've recovered from the nasty mental magic that they were doing to you. God has offered you a shield. Your spirit guides are no longer protecting this person. They're not getting your new beginning. They're not going to use you for an ascension. It is seen very clearly that they were just a freaking joke, a trickster. A trickster. So you're enjoying the silence. It's like, ah, yes, thank you. And we got a do not enter. Watch out for the signs. The universe is guiding you in the right direction. So we've got do not enter. The universe, God, the Most High, this guidance from above, and all of these beings that are protecting you and committed to you turning your back and getting away from this devilish situation, it's going to happen. Oh, look at this. Black magic. You're enjoying the silence. So those who are doing black magic on you are being told, do not enter. Do not come and try to take the crown off of this queen bee. There is a warning. Oh, sorry there, Toby. Sorry there, boy. There's a warning. So you're enjoying this silence. You've chose you. The truth is you are illuminated. Your light is very big, and you're about ready to encounter your person. And whoever this is trying to do black magic on you is receiving a warning and told to stay out of the energy. You are being guided in the right direction, and this person is not allowed to get into your energy and try to steer you wrong. That ain't gonna happen. They might be trying to do magic on you so that they can stop your path, but you're enjoying the silence. It's not entering into your space. Yeah, so you're enjoying the silence. Whatever that's not coming through, it's do not enter. It's not coming through. Your soul has been activated. I got this the other day on a different card too. That was really awesome. The transformation is coming. We got justice, the law of cause and effect. Digital whisper is in the reverse. Anybody catfishing you or copycatting you or making movies of you and then broadcasting throughout the universe are being warned. You have leveled up. You've promoted beyond those deceivers, those gaslighters, those love bombers, those manipulators, those who twisted the truth about you. You have leveled up. You have expectations, waiting, and hope. This thief, stealing property, robbing you of your energy, time, and money. So you've ascended beyond the gaslighter, the manipulator. But the thief still has hope. This thief still has hope. And we've got, power struggle. Ego versus heart. Fear, lack, jealousy, me, past, future, power, competition, pride, war, materialism, judgment. The prize, lust, and control versus authenticity, eternal, God, enjoy the journey, abundance, love, harmony, tolerance, peace, healing, unity, going inward. So a thief is here. It could be that you have elevated beyond the backstabbing thief who's been trying to steal your money. They may be trying to wait and see if they're getting something. There's a battle taking place right now between those who feel, those who love, and those who are prideful and want to just, duke it out with whoever. They want to be a demon and duke it out with this angel. They want to take the merchandise from this angel. There's punishment here for what they did. They ignored the call. They're being warned about digital broadcasting, this circulating the roses and these stupid abusive movies that they've been making of the crown of the royal queen bee who gave you their all. You will not take anything from her ever again. She couldn't give it to you if you tried. God said no. It's a trick, a scheme to deceive you, deception, gaslighting, manipulation, but it's in the reverse. So she gave you her all, and she did not use magic on you. She didn't trick you. She wasn't mean to you. She loved you. And you. I mean, when I say you, I mean this nasty false flame. She gave you everything, man. She drained her entire soul for these people while carrying 10 swords and 10 wands. While managing this, man. No more. No more. You can't fix them. She tried. For centuries, she forgave, and she tried to enliven the love and the connection to source in them, and She couldn't fix them. They didn't even try. They didn't even want to. They just wanted to F everything and dominate everything with their appendage. Because that's why, I guess, what fallen angels do. So you got the Page of Wands, these young girls who did not want to follow the rule or the guidance of this Knight of Cups reversed. They are free from these jealous masculine devils. They are receiving messaging and guidance from above, so they have source connection. The Jezebel, who is tapping into CEOs or whatever at the workplace, is unemployed. They have lost their job. The Psycho doesn't want to let go with their love bombing. Love me and leave me business. They want to offer a fake apology because they need a house. They need a place to live. But they've been trafficking and raping children, women. They've been changing the genders in men for centuries. They've got a specific agenda on what kind of life form they want to live here. They cannot stay here. They haven't changed their mind. If they do apologize, it's a fake apology. This is a Psycho who doesn't want to let go. They don't want to let go of the real estate. They don't want to let go of the real estate. So they've been guided to come in for negotiations. They've never honored a treaty. They've never fulfilled a contract. They've never honored a vow, a promise. Nothing they ever say is true. There's no negotiations. It's been centuries who they are and what they've chosen to be, and their intention for everybody else in the world is very clear. There's no negotiations, man. They cannot make up for all of the souls they consumed. There's a whole lot of Soul Nation star tribes out there who's lost many, many family members due to these false flames consuming their soul value, their light. And taking the light right out of them, filling them up with their devilish nature, consuming the soul, claiming it. And they say that it's going to happen again, that there's going to be some nasty devil that's going to come up and claim it again. And it could very well be that it happens, but I don't think so, because the mother stated that they will not be cursing your land. They will not be cursing your business. And they will not be cursing you. Everything that they do is going to wash like water right off of you. They will not be taking anything from you. They're being warned. You gave them your all, and they did their very best to destroy you. And now they cannot have anything. They've got to get out of the house of these children for what they've been doing to them. They can't be permitted to stay. To consider such a thing would be idiocy. And this Queen Bee is not an idiot. Magic and the nymphs. She's connected with the all that is, everything, the all of life. That's why she's universal gatekeeper, and that's why they were broadcasting all of the hypnotic freaking mind. Man, the damage they did to that woman's mind while they were trying to destroy her soul is incredible. They silenced her in every way. They shut her down in every way. They took every gift. They took every sensitivity, man. And then they gave her a life of suffering. They took her lineage. She could have come from a family line that had come from adoptions. There was no history. And then they want to say that because she doesn't know her history, she doesn't know shit. Well, guess what? The soul knows. No matter what these religious hoes say, this Queen Bee's soul knows who she is, whether or not the mind recognizes it or not. And so does her spirit guides, because they're no longer protecting the false flame. They know who she is, whether she does or not. Everybody knows. All of life knows. Planting seeds, reap what you sow, putting in work and growth, nurturing. So there's new seeds coming in. And then something's coming in hot. Something is about to backfire. Plans failed, backlash, counteraction, and karma. Counteraction and karma. The flames are about ready to hit these guys. counteraction and karma is about ready to hit these guys like a big wall of flame. And it could very well be that they light the ball, the aluminum and the barium on fire. I don't know, but be prepared. We've got sacral chakra, but it's in the reverse. Creative expression, sexual energy, and emotions. It's in the reverse. They're not able to tap into anybody's sacral. They can't tap into that womb space, that energy anymore. Nope. Because you've transformed. Because you've transformed. It's outdated. And I heard them say that the other day. It's outdated. Whatever mechanism, whatever spell, whatever cord, whatever connection they had for you, it was outdated. They can't reconnect it. You've ascended too high. You have expanded too far. You have become far too much for this false flame to manage. And we've got energetic grounding, but it came in the reverse. They cannot, their energy isn't grounded. They cannot use you and your energy to stay grounded. These guys are going to fall fast. They might be trying to take spiritual baths, or it could very well be that you taking spiritual baths, they were not able to energetically ground to you a death. Because of your purity, they could not energetically stick to you, death, because of your purity. The world, in this world, you reap what you sow. It's going to come back on them. They tried to stick death on you. It's coming back on them. They are not protected by your spirit guides. It's game over. All right. Jiminy Crickets. Jiminy Crickets. And now Mr. I don't care all of a sudden cares. So it could be that you're getting a great fortune here. The gold that somebody loves so well. It could be that you're getting it because that's what you are. And because you refused to accept the rage and the confusion that they were trying to harden your waters with. You didn't accept it. You didn't accept it. And so now it's coming back to them. And it's about to come back hot. Hot and freaking heavy. Backfire. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. I hope this brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.